everybody, welcome to today's practice. I have something a little bit different in store for you guys today. We're going to slow it down, focus a little bit more on stretching out the back and the shoulders and just loosening up the body as we're all stuck in quarantine right now. Not so fun. So if you have a block or a strap that you would like to have near you during the practice, you can go ahead and grab that now, make it accessible next to your mat. And then once you're ready, we'll go ahead and get started lying flat on our backs today. So you can lie flat on your back, or if that's not so comfortable, you can bend the knees and rest them against one another, or find Supta Baddha Konasana, pressing the soles of the feet together and allowing the knees to drape out wide to the edges of the mat. And we're just going to begin to arrive at the practice, finding a comfortable spot, allowing the body to soften, and maybe even closing those eyes as you start to find your center. So like I said, today we're going to focus on loosening up. So I want you to kind of feel how heavy your body is right now. Feel the weight of it against your mat. Feel the weight in the shoulders. Feel the weight in the lower back and in the bottom. And just begin to soften. As you breathe, send that positive energy down to those areas that are feeling really heavy and really tight today. We're going to go ahead and begin to start to breathe together, inhaling through the nose, expanding that rib cage, and filling up the entire belly. And then as we exhale, we're going to let it all out, knitting that rib cage back together and letting it out through the nose. Now with each of these breaths, again, send it to your heavy spots. Send it to those places that maybe don't get enough attention throughout the day. And inhale, find that focus. Send that breath through the body. And exhale and release it through the nose. We're going to go ahead and take 2 more full cycles of breath together. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling, releasing everything out. 1 more breath together. And exhale, let it go. So once you're ready, we're going to take a nice full body stretch, coming out of either Shavasana or coming out of Supta Baddha Konasana, and you're just going to reach those hands up high, point those toes, stretch it all out. And then as you exhale, draw those knees into the chest, give yourself a nice big hug. Maybe rock side to side, round in a circle. Just begin to give the body a little bit of a spinal massage. Then finding some stillness here, we're going to find a supine twist. So you're going to take the knees over to the right side of the body, and your left hand is going to come out, teeing to the side. Gaze is going to go over that left shoulder. Now you want to make sure to keep the spine long here so you can feel the pull, so the crown of the head is still reaching high. And if you're having trouble getting your knees all the way to the floor, you can always stick a block right under the knees right there. Go ahead and begin to make your way back to the center. Hug those knees into the chest. Take an inhale, and then on the exhale, knees go to the left, right arm tees out to the side, and we take the gaze to the right. Once again, pull through that side body, trying to open those rib cage, those ribs with every breath. ahead and take those knees back to the center. Give yourself that nice big hug. Once again, wrap those knees around side to side. And then we're going to just begin to rock back and forth, trying to gain a little momentum so we can come up to an easy seat in the center of the mat. So you can cross those legs, crisscross applesauce if that's comfortable, or if it's not, you can always allow the feet a little bit more of a looser bind here. So just going to sit up nice and tall. Inhale, reach those arms all the way high to the sky. And then as you exhale, you're going to twist. Left arm's going to go forward, right arm's going to go back, and you're going to take the gaze over the back shoulder. Again, making sure to keep that spine long. Inhale, come back to the center, and exhale, switch sides, left arm behind. And go ahead and inhale, take it back to the center. Exhale, hands to heart center. Close those eyes and find your intention for your practice here. So find that word or that mantra. Bring it to the forefront of your mind and begin to manifest it. Take 3 breaths and send it out into the world. After that 3rd breath, you can go ahead and blink open the eyes. And we're going to take a nice big inhale, reaching those arms up. Exhale, hands back through heart center. One more of those. Inhale, open and lengthen the spine. Exhale, center. Palms are going to open. Lay them flat on the top of those thighs. And we're going to do some seated cat-cows. Inhale, chest press forward. Shoulder blades squeeze together, and then exhale, round out that spine, bring those shoulders over the top. Inhale, once again, reach forward, chest open, shine that heart, and exhale, round out the spine. So continue this movement, or maybe add some circles as you go, making sure to switch directions if you decide to do the circles. Doing whatever you need to do to warm up the spine and get it nice and loose. I know we're probably all pretty tight right now. So once you're feeling nice and loose in your easy seat, we're going to go ahead and come to a tabletop. So we're going to rock through the feet and just come to a tabletop. So starting with a little bit of spinal balance, you want a nice flat spine here. Now, if you need something underneath the knee, if you have knee problems, you can stick a blanket underneath your knees right here, or you can have the option to roll up the mat as an extra cushion. And we're just going to reach the left arm forward and the right foot back, parallel to the mat, squeezing the abs in nice and tight. Inhale, and then as you exhale, we'll squeeze elbow to knee. Inhale, take it open once again. This time, if you'd like, you can try to lift that back leg a little bit, but still try to keep that chest parallel to the mat. And then as you exhale, squeeze elbow to knee. One more inhale and open it up. And exhale, squeeze. Go ahead and make your way back to tabletop. Kind of reset. And then we'll do the other side. Left foot back, right arm forward, parallel to the mat, toes pointing downward. Take that inhale to open and elongate the spine, and exhale to squeeze elbow to knee. Inhale, reach it long. If you'd like that extra challenge, try to lift that back leg while keeping the chest parallel to the mat. And then exhale, squeeze. One more open inhale, longest you've got, and exhale, squeeze. And then make your way back to that tabletop. Got one more stretch here before we begin to get to our feet. Tried and true, shoulder rinse, thread the needle. So we're gonna inhale, lift left arm all the way up, and then exhale, thread that needle through. Walking that right hand forward. And allowing that upper body to soften into the shoulder. Go ahead and begin to walk that right hand back in, press the palm to the mat, and then inhale, open for that counter stretch before we come back to tabletop. Reset the body, press the left palm into the mat, reach right up nice and high, and exhale, thread that needle. Again, soften that chest downward. And then begin to walk that left palm back in, press it to the mat, and find that counter stretch. And back to tabletop. Finding that neutral spine, we're going to go ahead and make our way into our first downward facing dog, curling toes under, and sending those hips up and back, and just beginning to pedal it out. Heels pulse, knees bend, and we find some softening in the shoulders and the neck. Just a reminder here to keep in tune with that breath. Inhaling through that nose, maybe sighing it out through the mouth. And when you're ready, go ahead and find some stillness in your dog. We'll take 3 full cycles of breath. Now it's okay to have a little bend in the knees here or a big bend. We do not have to look perfect. Yoga is all about you. Go ahead and walk those feet forward, come to the top of the mat, and then grab those elbows, find a nice ragdoll, letting everything soften. Slight or deep bend through those knees, swaying the hips and the elbows side to side. Go ahead and release those palms downward, finding that full forward fold. And then we'll inhale to a flat back, half lift. Palms on those thighs or shins, reaching the crown of the head forward, nice flat spine. And exhale, fold. Tucking that chin to that chest, we're going to inhale and roll all the way up. And then roll those shoulders back, opening into Tadasana here. Inhale, reach those arms overhead, elongate that spine, and then exhale, fold downward. Inhale, find that halfway lift, once again, flat back, and exhale, fold. Palms are going to plant and we'll walk it back to a downward facing dog. When you're ready, take an inhale. We'll shift forward onto those tippy toes into a high plank. And lower all the way down on your exhale. Uncurl those toes and press the tops of the feet into the mat. And then inhale, just lift that chest for a baby cobra. And exhale, release. Inhale, once again, finding that cobra, pressing palms into the mat, squeezing belly to spine, and exhale, release. Curl those toes back under, that is one unit. Exhale and press the body back to downward facing dog. Once you make it back to that downward facing dog, shake that head yes, shake it no. Loosen up that body, and then we'll inhale, bend those knees, and step, hop, or walk to the top of the mat. Inhale, find that half lift. Exhale, release. Tuck that chin, roll the spine all the way to the top, big inhale. And then this time, exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to get a little bit of a twist here. So you're going to inhale and reach those arms back up, and just like we did when we were sitting, you're going to take the left arm forward and the right arm back. So you can leave the gaze forward, or for more, you can take it over the back shoulder. But you really want to make sure to keep that core tight so that the hips stay forward. So we're not opening the hips with the arms, just getting that spinal rotation. Inhale, come back to the center, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center, find neutral. Next breath in, reach up, and exhale, opposite side, left arm back, right arm forward. Focus the gaze where it's comfortable for you. And squeeze that belly to keep the hips forward. Softening through those knees. And go ahead and inhale, take it back up. And then we'll exhale and swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, find that halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Go ahead and plant the palms and walk back to downward facing. Now you always have an option here to hang out in this downward facing or take a quick rest in our child's pose. But if you'd like, you can inhale, bend those knees, and kind of sink those hips back. Just gonna get a little extra heat. And we'll go ahead and come back. Downward facing dog. Gonna do 2 more of those. Inhale, and then exhale, sink those hips down and back. Light up those quads. And then come back. 1 more, bend into the knees. Relax those hips. And come on back, downward facing dog. This time we'll bend those knees and make our way to the top of that mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale and fold. Inhale, reach, root and rise all the way up to the top. And exhale, forward fold. Find that half lift, inhale. And exhale, fold, walk it back, downward facing dog. Stay here or shift forward into high plank. Exhale to bent elbows or chaturanga. Inhaling through upward dog or cobra. And exhale back to our downward facing dog. Once you're back here, ready to go, inhale, bend those knees, sink those hips all the way back, and then step hop or walk to the top of that mat. We're gonna make our way to a chair pose here, so kind of get those feet close together, squeeze those thighs and knees, and then we're gonna sink the hips back and reach those arms up high to the sky. Keeping the shoulders nice and soft. We're gonna settle in. So like I said, if you wanna bring those hands to a different position, that's fine. We're gonna be holding our poses for a little bit longer than normal, really working to feel how our body feels and how our breath feels in each pose. We got 2 more breaths here in this chair. Feel those quads light up. Then when you're ready, we're gonna step our left foot back into a crescent warrior and reach the palms upward. So arms can stay up here, or if you'd like the shoulder stretch, bring those palms together behind you, clasp the hands together, driving shoulder blades, and then lift the fists up off of the butt. Heart shines forward, chin up. And again, we're holding for a few breaths. Go ahead and release that shoulder bind. Bring those arms all the way back up. And then we're gonna go ahead and make our way to a warrior 2. So let that back heel fall inward, and then let the left arm fall back, right arm forward. Gaze is going over that front hand. And you wanna feel an external rotation through that front hip. If you notice that your back arm is kind of just hanging out there, try to really engage it to keep it in the same height, same level as that front arm. We tend to lose sight of that back arm. That front palm is gonna flip, and we're gonna reach as far forward as we can, and then inhale and take it back to a reverse warrior. Try to keep that bend through the front leg. I know it might be burning, but I promise it will feel good when we're all done. On your next exhale, go ahead and ride that all the way down, frame that front foot, and then we're just gonna step back to a downward facing dog. Now it's your option here to find that flow, or you can just hang out. Or if your quads are really burning right now, feel free to take a quick rest in child's pose. Once you make it back to downward facing dog, we're going to inhale, bend the knees, come back to the top of the mat, and find our way back to our chair pose. So if you're like me and those shoulders are really tight, I like to find my hands here at heart center. When you're ready, press left foot into the mat, and then we're going to step that right foot back this time, opening to our crescent warrior. My cat wanted to join yoga today, so. And then if you'd like, again, shoulder rinse, clasp hands together, drive the shoulder blades together and lift them off of the back. Maybe add the little back bend. Go ahead and release that bind. Keep those shoulders soft and away from the ears, and then we're going to let our back heel fall in. Open up to a warrior two. Left arm forward this time. Left hip externally rotated. Quads probably pretty lit up. Front palm flips, reach it forward. Keep the bend in the front leg as you sweep back for reverse warrior. Take 2 more breaths here in this reverse. Keep that bend. Send the breath to the quads. Next exhale, arms windmill and frame that front foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Your option here, find a flow or hang out in downward facing dog. Once you're back to down dog, bend those knees, make your way back to the top of the mat, and find that chair pose. This time, arms are going to stay up high overhead, even if those shoulders are burning a little bit, because we're going to add a twist. So you're going to take your left arm forward, right arm's going to go back, just like we did when we were standing. Try to keep the knees and hips forward. Nice long line. Inhale, reach up back to the center, and exhale, switch sides. Left arm back, right arm forward. Keep those knees forward. And then reach up one more time. We're staying for one more breath in the chair. And then we're going to step our left foot back, crescent warrior. If you want that shoulder rinse, go ahead and take it. If not, feel free to hang out with those arms up top. Or you can do not a total shoulder rinse and just kind of squeeze those shoulder blades together in half angel wing, because that's always an option as well. If you're bound, go ahead and release. We'll reach back up and open to our warrior two. Remember here to keep in tune with that breath. So as things become more challenging, we tend to lose sight of the breath. When we start to get tired, we just want to be done. Try to stay in the present moment with your breath. Front palm's gonna flip, reach forward, sweep it back for reverse, chest up towards the sky. Promise you're gonna get some quad relief here in a second. We're gonna inhale, come to a star pose. So both toes are gonna come towards the front, arms up. And then we're just gonna exhale and bow forward to a wide-legged forward fold. Arms, palms can be in front of you, or maybe you can walk them between the legs, the mat. If you need to sway or anything here too, feel free. So from here, you're gonna reach your palms to your ankles. If you can't quite reach, that's okay. Just kind of back in that general area. And then we're gonna bend the knees and sink the hips back as if you were sitting in a chair. So if you want, you can stay like this, or you can kind of sway. We're just really gonna open up those hips here. Now, if that's uncomfortable in the arms, you can always bring them closer together. In front of you, that's fine too. This is just gonna get you a little bit deeper into those hip flexors. Now again, we're gonna be here for a few breaths, so if this is uncomfortable, feel free to go between wide-legged forward fold and back down to the modified Malasana here. Go ahead and inhale and lift that bum back up. And then we're gonna walk the hands to the front of the mat, coming to a low lunge towards the front. Back knee is gonna drop down, toes are gonna uncurl, and we'll take it up to a runner's lunge. So again, arms can stay up, or maybe they can rest on top of that thigh. You should really feel that stretch right in here. If you're like this, you may not feel it as much, so try to lean forward as much as you can. But if it's painful, come away from that 45-degree and back to that 90-degree angle. Go ahead and bring those palms down and frame the foot. And then we're gonna send our weight backwards into a half split. So you're gonna pull those right toes off of the mat. And then you're just kind of gonna bow forward, trying to bring the nose to the knees as much as you can here. I know I had my spine rounded there, but I noticed as I was doing it, try to keep the spine nice and long as we do this, because we tend to just kind of bow over like this. We want to keep the spine long, nice and straight. Go ahead and walk the hands back forward, frame that foot, and come on back here to a low lunge. When you're ready, make your way back. Downward facing dog, and kind of shake it out, pedal it out. Feel free here to take a vinyasa, or you can just hang out, rest in child's pose if your lower half needs a little break. And then when we're ready, we're gonna make our way back to the top of the mat, back into chair pose, squeezing those thighs and knees together, readying the body for those twists. So arms up high, and then go ahead and sweep open, left arm forward, right arm back. Keep those knees forward, squeezing them together helps. And take it back. Inhale at the center, and exhale, open opposite side. Left arm back, right arm forward. And come back. This time we're gonna root through left foot, and we're just gonna step that right foot back. Crescent warrior. Arms can come to goal pose, and we can get that half angel wing stretch by squeezing the shoulder blades together, or you can get that full shoulder rinse. When you're ready, inhale, arms come back up. Let the back heel fall in, and we'll peel open, warrior two. External rotation of that left hip, opening up. Both arms engaged. Front palm's gonna flip, reach forward, and then sweep it back. From here, we're gonna come to that star pose. Inhaling, reaching those arms up. Toes are pointed forward. Exhale, forward fold, wide-legged. Now you have a couple options here. I'm going to turn around. So you have a couple options. You can either do that same thing we did, reaching for the ankles and kind of creating a shelf with the body, or you can heel toe the feet a little bit wider than hips width apart and then come all the way down into a malasana. So using your triceps to open up that chest, feeling the weight on the outside edges of your feet as you allow the hips to sink slowly down to the mat. So whatever option you are feeling there, we'll be here again for a few breaths. When you're ready, you can bring the palms back underneath those hips, kind of shake it out, straightening the legs in a wide-legged forward fold no matter where you're at. And then once again, we'll make our way back to the top of the mat and find that low lunge. Back knee drops down, uncurl those toes, and inhale, lift it up. Now I know I'm on the same side because I turn back around, but you guys should be on the opposite side, so your left knee should be bent, right leg out behind you. Coming to our half split, bring those palms down, frame the foot, and then shift your weight backwards, pulling the left toes off of the mat, elongating that spine, and then spilling over, yearning that heart forward. This is a tough stretch, so if you have a bend in the knee, that's totally and completely normal, or if you really can't stretch much at all, don't feel like you're alone. And go ahead and begin to walk those hands back forward, come back to a low lunge, and then we're just going to step that back foot forward this time so we end up in a forward fold. Tucking that chin underneath, coming all the way up to standing, rolling those shoulders into the ears, and then rolling them back, exhaling and opening those palms forward. And then we're going to just find one balance pose here. So, coming to the front of your mat, find that comfortable spot on your feet, feeling out the heels, the four corners, the heels and the balls of the feet. And then you're just going to root through that left foot, and you're going to bring the right knee into the chest. If you can't quite do that, you can always grab the top of the knee for a little bit of assistance. Now feel free to stay here, or you can take your peace fingers, your middle finger and your index finger, wrap it around the big toe. Try to keep that knee pointing upwards. Maybe just stay here. If you want to take it one step further, try to reach that leg out long in front of you. Now this is where a strap would come in handy, because if I had a strap, I could let go of my toe. So if you want to use a strap here, you can as well. And if you're feeling really fancy from the front, you can open to the side. That's my struggle side, so I'm just going to come back to the center here as we balance. Then when you're ready, slowly let it all back down, come back to the center of your mat, kind of pulse it out, shake it out, rock those hips side to side. And then we'll switch sides. I'm going to try my strap this time, so if you have one, feel free to strap with me. We're going to root through right foot, bring that left knee to the chest. I'm going to wrap my band around my foot and just hold it up. When you're ready, you can wrap those peace fingers around the front toe and maybe press it out in front of you. You can watch me fall as well, that's always fun to do. And then if you really are feeling it, take it all the way open to the side. Try to keep those hips squared up forwards. Don't let the hips go with you there to the sides. And go ahead and bring it all back down. Maybe take that strap off and shake it out. Gonna begin to make our way back down to our mats. We'll inhale, arms up, and exhale, bow forward. Cross those ankles, bend those knees, and we're just gonna come to an easy seat back at the center of the mat. Sitting nice and tall. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, bow forward. Try to keep the bum on the ground here, just reaching the palms forward. And then go ahead and walk those hands back in. Like I said, we had a lot of twisting, a lot of back stuff today, so we're gonna come right back to it. One more twist, inhale, and exhale. Left hand, right knee, right hand behind you. Keeping that spine nice and long. Inhale, reach up, back to center, and exhale, opposite side. Left hand behind you, gaze over that left shoulder. And inhale, come on back up. Exhale, release those palms. Making our way to our backs, uncross those legs, and just kind of roll that spine back. Now again, if you have a strap, it's going to come in handy here. We're going to take the strap in the right leg, let that left leg fall flat, and then just kind of pull a little bit as you straighten out the leg. Now if you don't have a strap, you can grab for the outside part of the ankle or the big toe, or even the calf. You can just grab right here. Strap really helps. And you just want to allow the body to soften. You can see my knee's pretty bent here. And then from here we're going to open it up. So we're going to let it fall all the way out to the side, keeping those hips squared up, just like we did in our balance pose. It's kind of the same movement as the balance pose. And then when you're ready, one more stretch here with this band. You're going to take it all the way across and let that foot fall. So if you don't have a band, you can do that supine twist that we did in the beginning. Just letting both knees fall over to the left side here and taking that right arm out to the side. Now we're going to go ahead and bring it back to the center. Undo that band, kind of shake it out. Let that right leg fall flat, and then we'll take the left leg, wrap the band around the left foot, and reach it up high to the sky, straightening out that leg, pressing heel towards the heavens. Then when you're ready, take the strap in the left hand, let that left leg fall all the way open, again pressing the heel, and trying to keep that right hip on the ground. So the tendency is for our right hip to roll over and not stay grounded here. And one more, we're going to bring it all the way across. Again, if you want that supine twist here, that's fine. Feel this in the IT band, the outside half of that left leg. And then we're going to go ahead and bring it to the center, release the band, kind of toss it off to the side, and shake it out, rock the knees side to side. Got one more stretch here, taking a happy baby. Soles of the feet towards the sky. And then knees wider than those hips. Just rock it side to side. Trying to keep the shoulders and the head and the hips all rooted to the mat. And then when you're ready, go ahead and release and take a full body stretch. Toes point, arms reaching up overhead. And then exhale and allow the body to soften into your final relaxation. Getting all the wiggles out of the toes, out of the fingers, and out of the shoulders. Feeling your body become heavy again. Bringing an awareness back to the breath. Just allowing the body to soften for the next minutes as you melt into your mat. Go ahead and begin to bring an awareness back to your body. Wiggling the toes and the fingers. Allowing your breath to reawaken your soul. And then when you're ready, you can take a full body stretch. Reaching those arms overhead and pointing those toes. Rolling to the right side of the body, using your arm as a pillow. Keep those eyes closed and slowly press yourself back to a seat. We'll sit up nice and tall, bringing those hands into heart center. And then we'll raise the thumb knuckles to the third eye in the middle of the forehead. And as always, the light and love in me honors the light and love in each of you. We bow together as we say Namaste. Thank you all for sharing your practice with me today. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will be back again soon with another one.